Hi, this is Mrs. Ostrov, and this video is about two-digit plus two-digit addition strategies. And our goal when we teach addition strategies is to get students to be fluent in adding mentally, so using mental math to add numbers. And let's go through each of these strategies. So the first one is the break apart strategy. So in this strategy, let's say this example, 58 plus 36, we want to take the whole number and break it apart into its expanded form, so into each digit's value, add up each place, so we'll add the tens first and then the ones first, and then add them all together. So for example, 58, the value of the 5 is 50, so it would be 50 plus 8. In 36, 36 is equal to 30 plus 6. So now we're going to add up the tens first, and then the ones, and then add them all together. So 50 plus 30 equals 80. 8 plus 6 is equal to 14. And then if I add 80 plus 14, I get 94. So in this strategy, you're able to take apart the numbers and then put them back together. The next strategy is called the make a 10 strategy. And the reason why we make a 10 is because we call tens, multiples of tens, friendly numbers. Friendly numbers are numbers that are easy to add from. For example, it's much easier to add 20 plus 15 than it is to add 27 plus 15, right? 20 is a friendly number. So here, let's look at 58 and think about what would we need to get to a friendly number. So we would need 2 more to get to a friendly number of 60. So we would break apart the 16 into 2, because that's going to make a friendly number, and 14. And then to write out the strategy, we would show 58 plus 2 equals 60. And now I have 14 left from my 16 that I have to add, so 60 plus 14 would equal 74. Another way that you can show the make a 10 strategy is by using a number line. So if I want to start at 58 and I want to get to the next friendly number of 60, I would need to jump 2. And then if I want to even break it apart further, that 14 that's left, I could take a jump of 10 and land on 70, and then another jump of 4 and land on 74. So again, we're making this friendly number of 60. We're just showing it on what's called an open number line as another way to show how we made a 10. So the next strategy we're going to talk about is the number line strategy. So using the same open number line that we just used before. And when we use the number line strategy, there are so many different ways that you could use the number line, and whatever way works for you is best, as long as it's efficient. So we don't really want to take jumps of 1, because at this point students are able to add bigger jumps, bigger numbers. So we want to be as efficient as possible. So the fewest number of jumps is always best, which is why it's nice to start from the bigger add end, because then we have to take fewer jumps. So we could take 24 jumps as opposed to 47 jumps if we started at 24. So if we start at 47, one way that we could jump 24 numbers is to start by getting to a friendly number. So you can see the strategies somewhat overlap. So we could start by adding 3 and landing on 50. So now we used 3 of the 24, so we have 21 left. So now I could take a jump of 10. That's a really easy number to add, especially when you're adding it to 50. So again, another friendly number. And I could take another jump of 10 and land on 70. And now you could see I took 3 plus 10 jumps. So I took 23 jumps, and I need to take 24 jumps to get to my sum. So I only need another jump of 1, and that's going to get me to 71. So you could see we're working with really easy numbers by jumping in this way. And that's why the number line helps with giving students a mental strategy, a mental visual to add numbers without pen and paper. So another strategy for using the number line for this same equation, again, we'll start at 47, and now some students might be able, instead of taking smaller jumps, they might be able to take one large jump of 20. And the way that they would know what we would land on is that we've already discussed in place value that if you're adding 2 tens, which is 20, you only need to look at the tens place. So I need 2 more tens. That's the only thing that's changing. So I had 4 tens, now I have 6 tens, so that's 60, and the 1 stayed the same, so I would land on 67. So if your child is able to do this, that's excellent. If they need to break it up into smaller jumps, they should do that as well. Whatever works for them. And the more efficient they can be, the better. So we took one jump of 20, and we landed on 67. And we still have 4 more to go. But we want to maybe bridge a friendly number. So I'm going to try to get to the next friendly number. If I jump 3, I get to 70. And again, I have 1 more, so I would take 1 more jump and land on 71. Now, there are numerous ways that you can use the number line in addition to the 2 ways that I just showed for this particular number sentence. Again, the flexibility is important as long as there's efficiency, as long as students are not taking jumps of 1 when they do know how to take a jump of 10 or a jump of 5. So the more efficient, the better. Again, if they can take a jump of 20, they shouldn't be taking jumps of 10. So the more efficient, the better again. The next strategy we're going to talk about is the friendly number strategy. I know you've been hearing friendly number a lot. This strategy does not involve a number line, but we take a look at the numbers and we want to see how we can make these numbers friendly without actually changing the amounts in each. So if I have 47, the next friendly number is 50. It's 3 away. So what I could do is I could just take 3 from the 24 and give it to the 47. And now both of my numbers are going to change, but it's going to be so much easier for me to add. So now my 47 becomes a 50, and my 24, because I gave 3 to the 47, becomes a 21. So now instead of a very tricky looking problem like this, which looks like it has a lot of regrouping and everything, I have friendlier numbers to add, like 50 plus 21. So then I know that that would be 71. So there are some times when I can make one friendly number, as in the previous example, but in this situation, I have 39 plus 51. If I just take 1 from the 51 and give it to the 39, I can make 2 friendly numbers, not only 1. So this is an ideal situation because it makes it so easy to add. So if I give 1 to the 39 becomes a 40, and the 51, I took 1 away to give to the 39, so that becomes a 50. And 40 plus 50 is 90. So that makes it into a really simple problem. The last strategy we're going to talk about is the algorithm strategy. And this is less of a mental math strategy than a pencil and paper strategy. This is the strategy that you all probably learned growing up. So the first thing we do is we line up our tens and ones, our numbers. We add the ones first. 9 plus 8 is 17. So I have to put the ones down here. And because I can't put that 1 that represents a 10 down here as well, I have to regroup it into the tens place. So I'm going to carry that 1, and then if I add 1 plus 3 plus 2, that's 6, which I'm actually adding 10. So 1 10 plus 3 tens plus 2 tens is 6 tens. And then total, that equals 67. And this strategy lends itself nicely to when I'm adding 3 numbers. So in this example, 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 4 would be 21. So now instead of carrying 1 1, I'm going to drop the 1 that we have in the 21 from the ones place in the ones place, and I have to carry 2 tens. I have to regroup 2 tens because I can make 2 tens out of those 21s. And then I add 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3, and that equals 11. And if I just drop that in, my answer is 111. So those are some of the strategies we cover. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, please let me know.